This is what I do for fun.
I'm a video nerd. Thanks.
My mics aren't connecting. Mics aren't connecting.
Uh-oh.
This is part of the reason why I start early. Part of the reason why I start early.
Great.
Okay, try that again. Okay, you gonna work now, you bastards? There we go, they're green now. that whole thing. All right, miking up here, miking up. I'm miking up. You don't have a mic. Oh, 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 oh. All right. Come on over. Oh, come over here, probably. Yeah, probably right that way a little bit. And really, I don't want to cuddle with you that much. Oh. Okay. Where are we? Okay. Whew. And pause. I'm getting better at this. I've had so many technical problems over the weeks and months of doing this. Well, I used to use a Roku. Now I'm using my PlayStation 5. And it's working pretty good. Hey now, CarlTheMadman here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I'm here with Jeff.
Jeffrey.
And we're gonna be tripping. We're gonna trip some balls. Where's the water bong? No, I'm just kidding. No water bong.
I'm kind of boring.
You're not boring, as everybody's going to find out. You're definitely not boring. But first, I want to just talk about something that happened in Kaslo this week, or last week. Pause. Oh, there, pause. Okay, there was a house fire in town. Michelle and her son, they lost everything. There's a GoFundMe. It's in the link in the description box. There's a link in the description box. If you can help her out, hit that link and give her a hand. They lost everything they own. You were on that fire, weren't you?
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to talk about it.
Not much.
No. But I mean, everybody knows who it was now. But I had never seen. I was working at the bottle depot that day, and it was just truck after truck after truck. First it was the cops, woo, and then it was like I couldn't keep track of who was who. I didn't see an ambulance, but I guess they were probably left from up the hill.
Yeah.
But I saw 7, like search and rescue and fire, or whatever they all were. I couldn't do there.
It was. We were there, and Balfour and Harrop came and gave us a hand.
Does that many trucks come out just because that's just how it works? I just have never seen that big of a
well, for a house fire, we're a fairly small department, so I guess I shouldn't really talk for the fire department, but we're fairly small. I've been to quite a few fires. We handle them good, but extra help is always nice.
And it was kind of a remote spot, I heard. So you guys had like no fire hydrants or anything to hook up to?
No, we had to tender water in, and then it was a bit of work to get to, and then a couple hours backing the trucks back down.
Oh, backing them down. Yeah, I heard it was like a kind of a goat trail.
They had to turn them around the switchbacks, and then there's no space to turn around, so they had to back them all the way down. It was a bit of a challenge.
Brutal. But anyways, like I said, there's a link in the description box if you can help her out. Hit that link and give her a hand. So yeah, Geoffrey's here this week. Let me see. We just finished I got to check my notes because I'm getting old and I don't remember stuff very good. This week it was May long weekend. I don't know. What did you do? Anything fun for May long weekend?
Not too much. There was the helicopter rides going on down there, so I just helped out search and rescue with the helicopter rides. And
did you get to go for a fly too, or?
I
guess you've probably been in a few though.
Yeah, right? I'm kind of bored of choppers at this point. So we had the option to if we wanted to, but then they were trying to squeeze in one last group of people because we had so many people that were lined up and been waiting forever that because there was no reservations. It was all just you had to wait in the lineup for hours if you wanted to go. And so there were so many people that we were already gonna have to turn away because we'd already choppered run all day and you couldn't go anymore. So I decided we'd let one more group go, and then the rest of us have been in helicopters so many times already.
Yeah. Looked like the weather held out for everybody that day. I was watching the black clouds in the helicopter, and it was like, oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of chat on the radio between the pilot of it's holding, but barely.
Yeah, it looked like it. Yeah, I was waiting for the downpour at any minute. let's see. That was it. I didn't even get down to the festivities this year. I didn't even get to the car show. I probably the first time in I don't know how many years I haven't got at least to the car show, but first time also in like 21 years where I haven't had to work in the public for May long weekend either.
Yeah, I didn't make it to the car show either. I was busy working on my own car.
Yeah.
All day.
On your own car. Yeah, we can talk about that in a minute. Let's see. I got out and played some golf. Daryl beat me this week, so we're 1-1 now. Now that Daryl and I don't work together, we golf together. Yeah. I beat him the first week, and he beat me last week. We're playing again this week.
I've never even tried. I play mini golf.
Mini golf's fun. I wish there was one around here actually, because it's great practice, really. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to talk with Geoffrey tonight about his adventure to the States on your bike. That bike. Oh, here, let's get it to the next stage where people can see that picture again. Oh, fuck. Push play, stupid. And pause. It's not pause. There's a pause. So push it once. Push it once for pause. Okay, there you go. What is your bike? Tell everybody what you're riding.
Honda Sierra 300L. I would have gotten the rally version because it comes with the windshield and the bigger fuel tank, but it's also like $500 more expensive, and that bike was already expensive enough. So that's what I went with, and I figured I was already gonna have to put money into buying gear, and realized quite how expensive the gear would be. But
how many clicks did you put on in this trip?
This trip, what was it? I think it was around 9,000.
Wow. The little bike. Well, I shouldn't say little. A 300, especially nowadays, it's not like a 300 from 20 years ago. But it held out good for you.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Didn't have any problems with like difference in elevation or temperature, or the bike ran good.
More or less. So when I started getting into like Wyoming and Colorado, where it was really windy, the bike, when I was going, there was a wind warning in Colorado actually when I went through, and so I was going against a steady 50-kilometer-ish wind, and it was gusting past 100. And so going directly against it, the bike all day, it just wouldn't hold 6 gears. So I was stuck just going to fifth and just only doing 90 kilometers.
Oh yeah.
But aside from that, especially with the elevation, as soon as I got down from like, I noticed the elevation a lot, like in Nevada. And as soon as I got down from the elevation, it had way more power.
Oh yeah.
So
right on.
What year? Pretty good.
What year was that bike?
23.
Oh, so it's pretty much you bought a brand new.
Yeah, it was.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's the way to go.
I wanted something I wasn't gonna have to worry about maintenance on, and if it would break, then.
Well, you bought a Honda. See, I got a see right behind you. I see up there. Honda. I'm a Honda guy.
I like their small motors, not so much the big motors. But.
I like I like all of them, but I like their bikes from the 80s. Those are the ones I like. This is, the electronics are simple. It's like a carburetor. I like the single cylinders. Well, you've seen my bike.
Oh yeah, it's a nice bike.
Single cylinder 500. Easy, simple. No computers.
From the 80s, I got that old Suzuki, the 250.
You still got that?
Oh, I've still got it. I got to fix it up. But it was an amazing bike until it ended up. That was last year when it just died on me in that rainstorm and left me like 30 kilometers away from anything.
Oh, really? You never told me about that story.
I didn't. But yeah, so it still hasn't restarted.
Just up in the bush somewhere, up the mountain?
Yeah, I had ridden it just taking entirely trails. I'd ridden it all the way like passing the cusp and then over to that whatever that park's called on the other side of that tiny little ferry. And then I was coming back, and it was that last year when there was that crazy rainstorm.
I've never been there. You get off the ferry and then you shoot up the lake?
Needles. It might be the Needles Ferry. I don't know. It's just you go across to this little.
Yeah, it's Fouquier and then across, and then I've had buddies that have done that. I've never been up there. I heard it was pretty cool.
I was heading back in the evening, and it was pouring rain, and the bike decided that it was only gonna it was raining crazy heavy, so all the trails were already flooding a little bit, and the bike decided that just because of the rain, I guess something wasn't working right, and so it went from working perfectly to only working if I kept giving it a bunch of throttle. It was a little sluggish, but it'd keep going.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, with all the rain, I ended up. There was a tree across the trail that wasn't there on the when I went through the first time, so I ended up bumping into it, and obviously I stalled the bike doing that, and then it wouldn't restart, so I had to walk I think it was 20 or 30 kilometers all the way near New Denver.
Oh God!
Knocked on somebody's door at I think it was 1 a.m. at that point. Woke them up, and they're really nice. They went and gave me a ride all the way to my pickup truck.
Just some random person.
Yeah, just some random person. They gave me a ride all the way to my pickup truck, so I could go and back and drag the bike off the trail and get to my truck. Right on. Of course, there's no cell service up there, but
yeah.
Different adventure.
This picture that I used for the poster here, where are you at, and what the hell is that?
If I remember right, it's sort of all one blur as far as what state it is, but I'm pretty sure this one was Arizona, and that is the old volcano in the background there.
Oh yeah, wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
How many days were you gone?
I think it was 12 or 13.
12 or 13 round
Yeah.
trip. Cool. Well, let's get into some of these pictures because I followed your whole adventure on Facebook, a little bit on Instagram, and I was just like, it was great. I fucking loved it.
Having a time.
So that's why I reached out to you and said, you got to come on my silly little show here. And okay, the pause. No, it's not pause. Push it once for pause. Okay, this was the first picture that you posted.
Yeah, this one's not far across the border. I think this is Montana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one actually, if I remember right, there was I was at this point I wasn't sure how long the fuel light on that bike could flash for before it actually ran out of fuel.
Oh
It
yeah.
had been flashing for quite a long time already, and so this was when I'd finally gone to a gas station and found a gas station to fill it up.
Cheap American gas.
Cheap American gas. Yeah, it's like every time I filled up that bike, it was like $5. Great.
Yeah, no doubt. How far could you go on a tank?
About 250 kilometers.
Did you carry extra gas
So
anywhere?
on the saddlebag on the right, I had a 5 liter extra tank.
Mhm.
And then on the left one, I had a 4 liter water tank, but I kept that empty until I actually got in the desert and needed it.
Oh yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on here. Oh, okay. Oh. There we go. Okay, so I sort of jumbled a few pictures together. This is kind of how I did it throughout the thing. Cool old buildings. This looks like Montana. This looks like the Badlands where I grew up in Drumheller.
That is Montana.
Big time. This is like, that's the background here where Montana, I figured. Just a ghost town or?
Yeah, so this is an old ghost town that they somehow managed to keep kind of preserved.
And nobody lives there at all, or did you see?
There's a caretaker there. So by the time I got here, unfortunately, the place was closed. And since I was doing about 1,000 kilometers a day, it was sort of hard to figure out where I was going to be somewhere, depending on how quick I could go and the weather and all that good stuff. So this place is already closed. So it's all gated off, but I figured as long as I didn't damage anything, who cares if I just kind of snuck in. So that's I was able to enjoy the views without having to worry about any random people getting in the way.
Yeah. Super cool old buildings.
Yeah.
Super cool old buildings.
It was really cool. I would have explored more. Like in that bottom right picture, there was a mine there, and then it looked like there's some other stuff up behind there.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't. Seeing as I technically wasn't allowed to be there at all, I didn't really want to poke around too much, and I also didn't really want to get the attention of the. Didn't really want to get the attention of the caretaker and stuff.
Oh yeah. It's super cool. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it was an amazing one. It would have been nice to get there a little earlier when it was still open, so I could check it out a bit more.
There, I did right. Okay, and then you're moving along here. There's mountains in the background. Looks like you're playing in a little bit of snow.
Yeah, so this one right here, that is the road that leads away from that old town that I was just at. This is a ways down there, and I believe, if I remember right, that's Wyoming, I think, or that could still be Montana. I'm not certain. Yeah, the trip was weird because there were some parts where it was nice and warm, and I was kind of enjoying it, and I really enjoyed the whole thing. But there's also some parts where it was kind of chilly, and this is one of those parts.
Yeah, well, you went pretty early in the season.
Yeah,
I remember when I first seen you posting stuff on Facebook, I was like, holy fuck. Like,
yeah.
Good thing you're young, not old like me. Okay, there we go. And okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, as you can see, you've been riding in the snow.
So this one, which city is this? Is just outside of that's what it was, Denver.
Oh yeah, you're in Colorado now, yeah.
Yeah, so this is where I kind of pulled off the highway here because Colorado, I was stuck in wind just the entire time. The weather was just brutally windy. And so here, what I'd done is I was trying to look for a road that I could take. So at this point, I was on the interstate because I was mostly trying to get down south before I really got the off-roading. So at this point, I was on the interstate, but the speed limit on the interstate there is 75 miles, which is, whatever in kilometers.
75 miles an hour.
75 miles an hour on the interstate down there. So I was trying to keep up with traffic as best I could on the bike, but the bike, it does about 110 kilometers, which is already kind of not super quick for the interstate. I could push it faster, but then it's revving over 7,000 RPM. I didn't really want to do that too. Anyway, so here I'd pulled off the highway because that's that headwind I was talking about that I was going against. So when I woke up in the morning, there was a wind warning where the wind was going to be a steady 50, gusting past 100, and that's what I was enjoying here. And so because of that, the bike wouldn't hold sixth gear at all. It just, with all the wind, there just wasn't enough power. And so I was stuck in fifth gear, which meant I was stuck doing 90 kilometers an hour on the interstate. And as you can imagine, cars are blowing past me, going close to that speed above what I'm doing.
What the hell's this guy doing?
Yeah.
What license plate's that? What the
So
hell's he doing here?
I'd pulled off the highway here because I was trying to find any road that I could take where I could just take kind of the back road to get to Denver, so I wasn't holding up traffic on the interstate so much. But yeah, basically there wasn't one.
It looked like you found a good place to camp. You just camped wherever the whole time?
I just camped wherever. Anytime I came across a rest stop, I just pitched a tent. This one actually in the middle of the night, with the wind picked up so much, it's blowing my tent around even with me and stuff in it. So I actually backed the bike up into that shelter there and then grabbed the tent and moved it into the shelter.
Oh, yeah.
So this is when I first set it up, but I actually ended up pretty quickly just sleeping inside there.
So was this like a public shelter of some sort at a rest stop?
This is just a rest stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found there was no way with all my stuff on the bike I was going to be leaving it. So every time I just topped it up on the curb and just went up to where the picnic areas were and just camped out in the picnic areas. I figured I was getting there so late, I was leaving so early, as nobody was using.
Yeah, nobody hassled you at all, or
no?
Okay, this is pretty cool.
So this is Utah. These pictographs were amazing. There was a bunch of rock walls, and the rock walls were all just old pictures.
Yeah.
The only unfortunate part here is you can kind of tell like this one might be newer. It's sort of hard to tell on some of them because people are pretty creative about it. People are carving new ones in and trying to make them look old. It's a bit of a bummer, but
I was wondering about
once you zoomed up the mountain a little bit, like up the cliff, it's a pretty tall cliff. You can see that those were all actually old ones. So like these are all old. That one might be new, as I'd say.
Yeah. Just a big old natural cave over there.
So in that cave, actually, it's really hard to see, but those are all little houses.
Oh, okay. I've seen pictures of that before.
Yeah, so that was some settlement. So I actually wanted to hike down there and take a look, but unfortunately in the States, you're not really allowed to do anything as long as it's like, you have to pay and go with a tour guide no matter what you're doing, pretty much.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate.
Which I sort of understand because people wreck stuff. At the same time, I don't wreck stuff, but
yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah, so they're going to be, they were doing tours there, but I wasn't going to pay that and spend a whole day looking at that when I could, go with a tour group. You have to go slow, and I like hiking in, hiking out.
Yeah, I know you've told me about some of your hiking.
This one was just in the bottom right corner there. That was just basic Utah.
Oh yeah, and then it looks like you scaled a mountain.
Yeah, so at this point I've been riding for quite a few days already. Hadn't gotten off the bike stretch too much except for short little hikes, and if you know me, I really like hiking. So I kind of looked for the tallest mountain in Arizona I could find that was near me, and this was it. And yeah, I didn't really disappoint. It was took a good half day to hike up it, but it was pretty awesome.
Oh, that
amazing view.
That view is spectacular.
The only problem with this one is I hiked all the way up there, and once you get to the top, it's all radio equipment and it's all gated off, which is sort of a piss off because I'd already spent half the day hiking. So there's no way I wasn't going to get the view. So it's just another one of those of I figure as long as
you got the top of the mountain fenced and gated off.
Yeah, so you can get in, but then it's like all no trespassing signs, and little gates and stuff. So again, I figured I'm not there to damage anything. I'm not there to destroy anything or cause any problems. So I'm like, I don't think they'll have a problem with me just kind of sneaking in and enjoying the view that I've worked half the day to get.
Well, I'm glad you did, because that'd be
plus, especially with this one, I had to pay to get there. So in the States, you have to pay for just about everything. Any hike, no matter what you do, there's a ranger station everywhere. So this one, I drove like kind of like the hike starts in the middle of nowhere, right? So the ranger station, there's not even manned. They just have a camera and tell you to put the money in this thing and then hang a thing from your mirror.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of annoying. So I did all that, and then you get up there and it's like there's a tiny little parking lot, pretty much nobody there. So there's a tiny little parking lot. There's a bathroom there. The door, the lock was busted right off, so the door didn't even close. And there's no toilet paper in it, and the garbage can's got a lock on it. So it's like, what exactly am I paying for here? So, and then you get to the top, and they've got half the view gated off.
Yeah, brutal, unreal. I had Sophia on here a few weeks back, and she had done this trip down in the States too, and she was going to a bunch of the parks down there. And she ended up, they went to like, I don't know how many, and then they went to one, and the guy said to them, if you just buy the pass, then you can go to any park in the whole.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that next year.
Yeah, that's what they ended up doing.
I didn't know that was a thing. Unfortunately, I think I spent more on park entrances than I did on fuel.
Yeah, well, that's
like
same with them. They
$20-$30 everywhere you go.
Yeah, they didn't know that either. But luckily, they met somebody at whichever park it was. She was down around the Grand Canyon and stuff, and they were like, "Geez, you went to all these parks. You've already paid,
Yeah.
more than what you would." So they just sort of said, "Here you go. Here's your pass."
Next time, yeah.
Yeah. But can't do this very good. There we go. Here we go. Another shelter.
Yep, same thing. Just set the bike up just by the picnic shelter. This one actually was a little interesting because when I woke up in the morning, I had these bugs all over. I could see crawling all over the outside of my tent. I keep my tent sealed up really tight just in case there's any bugs, so none of them made it inside. But yeah, so I had them all crawling around the outside of my tent. Wasn't sure what they were, so I knocked them all off before I opened the thing and took a gander. And yeah, cockroaches. Lots of cockroaches.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
So I ended up, they couldn't get on the bench there. So I ended up having to take, I checked most of the ground on my bike. It was all sealed up, nothing got in. Then I had to take my tent and take everything out one by one to make sure there's no cockroaches in it. And it was a bit of a bother. But
pretty big, or?
Not too big. That big. No, I'm not sure how big cockroaches usually are. They're like the size of a little bigger than a penny.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know they can be pretty big sometimes.
Yeah, so then of course, it's Arizona because I've got those signs everywhere warning you that there's scorpions and snakes in the area.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of disappointed actually because I did go around a little bit because I really wanted to see scorpions and I really wanted to see a snake. But I didn't end up seeing any because I always actually thought the scorpions were like the size of a cat. For some reason, I just thought they were these big things. And then I was kind of, when I was looking for them, I was looking for something big. I was told, no, they're actually tiny, and that was interesting.
The only thing I know about scorpions is the smaller they are, the worse they are as far as sting goes. Like the bigger ones, they don't pack as much of a punch as the little ones do.
Oh yeah,
that's
didn't know that.
Trivia. There's some trivia.
Well, I had on the bike. I wasn't too worried about stuff because I had those big motocross boots on for the whole thing.
Okay, this one's got me baffled.
Okay, so this is again in Arizona, if I remember right. This was just a lookout that I stopped at. I was really tempted to climb that little peak there because I thought the view from the top would be cool. But then I was also near a sand dune that I wanted to climb. Another like half hour away, and I didn't really want to do both because it was I think like 35 degrees here. This is an really old ghost town.
Is that like a jailhouse or what? Is that
This is the old jail.
Okay,
2 cells, and yeah, whoever was in the jail was stuck out in the sun. It did not look like much fun.
This is the jailhouse?
No, this is the post office.
Oh, post. Oh, yeah, post.
I think this one's a little newer than the rest of the town, actually. I think this must have been a little later, but I'm not sure.
So you don't want to get in shit in this town, obviously.
No, so this town was basically...
It's like something out of a fucking movie, that is.
Yeah, so basically this town came to exist because leaving the town, this is the area around it, all the trains that would go through there, and it was pretty busy for trains, they would all have to, there's a big train station here, and they'd have to hook up an extra train to help them push it up the grade.
Oh, yeah.
All the old, I think it was steam trains. And so that was the whole point of the town, was just the helpers. But then once trains got good enough that they could actually handle grades by themselves, the town wasn't needed anymore, and then that was sort of that.
Oh, yeah.
Because the trains didn't need any extra help pushing the train up the grade anymore, so they didn't need the town.
Didn't need the town, yeah.
This place is way in the middle of nowhere. Like I think the next closest town from here was like, if I remember right, it was like 60 or 70 kilometers away.
Oh yeah. Was it just the post office? Was there other things there too?
There was a big train station there. I'm not sure I took a picture of it because it wasn't really. I'm more into old abandoned stuff.
Oh, I think actually, let's get to the next one. There was some abandoned.
No, it's a different place.
Not there?
Yeah, it's a different place.
Oh yeah.
So on the other one there was a whole train station there. They totally refurbished, but again, I got there after everything was closed. So
oh yeah.
That was just sort of how it went.
There's still trains that roll through there though?
I don't know actually. I don't think so anymore.
Oh yeah.
So this was near those other pictures there with in the very beginning where that volcano was. And this right here was what do they call those shafts that the volcanoes leave behind after the lava's gone through? lava tube. Yeah, so this is an old lava tube that you can actually get inside, and so I was able to kind of explore around inside the lava tube, which is pretty neat. They had this like little ladder that kind of you can climb down to go in there. This is near that ghost town.
Oh yeah.
And then this right here is this massive mine, and it's old, but not that old. You can kind of see it's still modern-ish.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of weird because they left all their equipment there, but basically, I guess what they were mining was the volcanic rock, which
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there was that much of a market for. So I forget the stats. I looked it up online. I forget what it was, but they left most. Like they pulled so much rock out the mountain, and then ended up just leaving most of it there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this isn't actually mountain. This is just stacks they've made of. They made a mountain out of just dumping all this stuff they're
Oh, yeah,
taking
yeah.
out. So I'm not really sure what the purpose was. But
I
the trail, I was actually really worried about getting a flat tire on this one because getting to this place was a major pain in the ass because it was very steep and also it's just sharp volcanic rock everywhere.
Uh-huh.
I actually got the bike stuck on the grade a few times. I was really having to throttle and clutch it to actually get it going again. So that was a pretty tough section on the bike. And this spot is even farther in the middle of nowhere than that town that we were just at. It's even farther past it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I was kind of worried about getting stuck 70 kilometers away from anything.
I know at one time when they used to make concrete, they used to mix limestone with volcanic whatever.
Volcanic rock.
Yeah,
whatever it's called.
and it was part of the mixture of making concrete with limestone.
Right.
Maybe. I'm just guessing.
I have no idea. I read a bit about it and I forgot most of it.
Oh yeah. Is anybody asking any questions here? No questions. Got any questions? I'll toss them in there. Okay, let's see, where are we? Oh, I did it again. Twice to start, once to stop.
Okay, so this one's a little past. There. So, I'll just go back to the other one there. So.
You want me to back up?
Oh no, it's all good. So that last picture there. Once I finally got out of that road, I think it was about 200 kilometers of sand road that I ended up doing there with like no towns or anything. So when I got onto the road, it's just this tiny little sand road, like basically just a trail when I finally came out. And when I came out there, the road looked like it had just been paved. It was so nice to ride on it, but it's kind of weird because there was no traffic at all on it. And so I was cruising down this like just freshly paved road, and then finally I get near near the town, and there's all these barricades blocking the road off that I'm on. So I'm coming up to the back of these barricades, and I guess I just paved it, and the road was closed. But since I came off from a tiny little side road, I had no way of knowing that it was closed. So I got to ride on a nice fresh road.
I'm sure your bike didn't do any damage to
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Yeah.
It didn't, but it was just kind of funny.
And this place here,
Just
another abandoned town.
This is another abandoned town. So, up there actually, there's some mines I went in. I don't know if there's any pictures of the mines, but yeah, I went and explored a bunch of mine shafts up there.
Oh yeah. I think there is a picture of a mine shaft coming up here next. I think
this was one of the rare towns in the States that I went through that I could explore that they didn't make you pay for.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this one was epic. Like just massive buildings everywhere, and yeah, I don't know much of the history on it, but yeah, it was nice. You could explore it for free.
Looks like an old saloon or something.
That again was a train station.
A train station, yeah.
This town was kind of rare because it had, if I remember right, it had I think 3 separate train lines going to it, which was kind of crazy for back in the day. Most towns had 1, maybe 2, and this one had 3, which made it kind of special.
It was the hub.
It was a big hub for a while. That's why I think that one was a school, or maybe that one was a school. Anyway, it was a pretty big town. It was pretty impressive back in the day. I think this is still Arizona. I spent a lot of time in Arizona.
Uh-huh.
I ended up coming this way actually because I gone the other direction because I wanted to look at the meteor crater.
Oh yeah.
There's this massive meteor crater that I'm pretty sure is Arizona. I might be getting the places here mixed up, but
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I wanted to explore it. So I rode. It was a 100-kilometer detour from where I was going to go and explore this meteor crater. And I was reading on it because I was trying to map the place before I went. So I was trying to figure out if there's a ranger station there and if you can look at it for free and how much you have to pay to look at it. So I got there and everybody was saying, no, it's free. You can walk around it. You have to pay for a tour, but you can walk around it for free. So I ended up getting there and the entire place is gated off because now it's a private company running it.
Unreal.
Yeah. So I go in there and I'm like, can I just look at the thing? And they're like, no, you have to be allowed to take a look at it. It's $30. Like, you want me to pay $30? Look at the hole in the ground. You guys can get
That's
fucked.
$50 Canadian, you bastard.
Pretty much. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go the other way and I'm gonna check out this town instead. And
Well, that's pretty cool. That's
it was
pretty
worth
cool. Okay.
wasn't
Right.
gonna pay $30
Two to
to look at a
start.
hole in the ground.
2 to start, 1 to stop. There we go. There. Guessing that's the mine shaft.
All right. Yeah, this is one of my shafts. And this is a jail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's bars on the windows. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Those are deep. Those look like thick walls.
Oh yeah, that looked like a pretty sturdy jail. They didn't have many rooms in there. I guess the reason they built that place was, I forget how much it cost, but it was a crazy amount of money. Every time they had somebody, they had to pay a crazy amount of money to get them shipped to the next town. And it cost so much, they decided it'd be a lot cheaper just build their own jail. I guess it came down to, do they need right away a new jail or a new schoolhouse? And they went with the jail.
Of course. I mean, that's a simple decision.
Yeah.
How far back could you go?
Oh, maybe 400 or 500 meters.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty good ways. There's quite a few offshoots you can go down to.
Oh yeah.
Unlike ours, I've explored so many of the mine shafts around here. Like
Uh-huh.
there's one that I've gone and you can probably go in like a kilometer. It's pretty epic.
Wow.
Unlike ours, there's no artifacts in these. Probably because other people found them, and if there's something to be taken, it's been taken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take anything from mine shafts. I enjoy seeing it on the ground, but unfortunately, there was none of that in here.
Mm.
Then this town didn't even have a name or any markers or anything. I just happened to see the structures as I was going down this little highway. So I went and took a look at it, and yeah, it didn't disappoint. I don't know how old it is, but judging by the brickwork,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, judging by
there's
that
not
rock
much
work.
left of it. There's just like little structures all over the place. So yeah, I have no idea what the history behind that place is, but it was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that looks like pretty old rock work there for sure. And here we go. Oops. Oh, shit. Back. Oh, I knew I was going to screw something up sooner or later. Pause. Back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What am I doing? Oh, no. I screwed it all up. Now I got to... Okay. I told you. There's going to be technical issues. Library. It won't take me long. I've done this many times.
Oh, it's right there.
Screw up every... Yeah, I couldn't go to that one. That one will cause problems. Trust me. Been there, done that. I got to scroll through all of these shows. Yeah, Sophia there. Sophia, she was the one who was down in the States there.
Oh yeah.
Was doing all the tours. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then I should be able to just back up. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. See, we're doing good.
Oh, perfect. So this one was, I want to say this one was Nevada. Basically, I'd been riding all day to try to get to what was at the end of this road, which was a tiny little mining town.
And some snow.
And I was having a lot of problems getting there, I will say.
It looks like it.
So
yeah.
this section I did end up actually getting through. Basically, I just backed up and I just hit this as hard as I could until the bike stopped, and I backed it all the way up again and just
kept plowing in.
I just do that so many times. Yeah, these tires are not amazing in the snow.
No,
they're actually basically useless in the snow.
Yeah.
They're good in everything else. Not amazing in the sand either, but they're really good on dirt, mud, everything like that, but not much in the snow. I've actually got a video that I didn't post on this trip. It's on my Facebook of the bike. I just hit a little patch of snow with it, and I just had the kickstand. I had the kickstand down. I just had it in gear, just with the tires slowly turning on the snow. It wasn't even trying to move the bike. So this one was, I probably should turn it around a long time before here, because this isn't the first patch of snow, and I'd already gone around the gate that said road closed. So I'd managed to get past there. Turns out this is the reason the road was closed. I didn't end up making it to the town, unfortunately. I got so close. Well, I got probably still 20 kilometers away, but
that's pretty close.
There was finally a patch. I got to a patch of snow where I made the mistake, which I wouldn't have normally done, but I've literally been riding all day at this point. It's like, you're so far. It's like, just keep going. Where it was the same thing, except going down really steep, and it didn't look that deep, but it was. And so I ended up kind of getting stuck because there's no way I could get back up it. So I sort of had to hop through the desert on the side on the bike, which wasn't ideal. And that's the point where I turned around because the snow just didn't stop.
At any point going over any of the passes or anything, did you just get like freezing?
Oh yeah, Colorado.
Oh yeah.
So that wind warning. So in Colorado, there's that wind warning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was also a winter storm warning because the wind was bringing in this storm. And so a lot of the passes, one of them, Wolf Creek Pass, actually, there's a really good song about Wolf Creek Pass. I forget, it's one of the old country guys does it. But anyway, it was -9 or -10 going over.
Oh, yeah.
And I was dressed warm enough, but
Hey,
Hey,
who goes there? Oh, hey, Jarvis, how's it going?
hey guys. I thought that was your van out there, Geoffrey.
yeah.
Jarvis.
uh,
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, so I was dressed warm, but no amount of dressing warm enough is good enough when it's
Not at
you're going
-10,
against
no.
like a 50 to 100 kilometer an hour headwind, plus it's -10.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to stop quite a few times and just warm my hands up with the engine and kind of warm the gloves up again, and then off we go.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool bike riding temperatures.
How did you bike through that?
Okay, this is two pictures put together. Just
So
the wooden boardwalks. That's pretty fucking cool.
this is one of the coolest places I've ever been. Actually, I wasn't even going to go this way. Basically, I was looking for somewhere to camp out, and I'd planned on camping out at this. There was no rest stops nearby, and so I planned on camping out just like in a parking lot. I'd already stopped and was getting ready to set up my tent, but there was just so many drunk people walking around, just yelling at themselves mostly. That was like I didn't really want to wake up to being knifed in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided instead I was looking at the map and I saw Virginia City. I didn't really know anything about it. This is Virginia City.
Okay.
So I figured it looked kind of cool, and I figured it looked kind of small. So if I set up my tent there just on the side of the road somewhere, nobody would care. So yeah, I went into the town. I got there like 11 o'clock at night. There's no real great place to set up, so I just set up right in the middle of town. Just there's a little pull off on this main road right here. So I set up right there. A bunch of houses around. Somebody ended up calling the sheriff on me.
Oh, really?
But yeah, as I was setting the tent up, the sheriff shows up, and he was a super nice guy. He asked me, how long are you going to be here for? I'm like, I'll be gone in the morning. He's like, oh, okay, well, in that case. So we turned the spotlight on to get more light, and we ended up chatting for like an hour.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah. Did you have any churros?
I didn't. Although there was one of the most amazing restaurants I've ever been to here. All in all, I just absolutely love this town. Like, if I could live here, I would. Got a bunch of candy. There's this candy store it's just massive. It's just endless barrels. Just different stuff, and then there's an amazing restaurant here. Yeah, it's an incredible town.
What would you guess the population is?
Oh, I have no idea. I'd say
is it all pretty?
Hundred? It's not very big. No.
Is it all pretty retro?
Oh yeah, it's all like this. There's actually I don't know if the picture's on here, but there's an old church there too that was pretty amazing.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. What did you say the name of this town was again?
Virginia City.
Virginia City.
One of the best parts of this town actually, which I was going pretty slow on that bike because I have the gear on it, and I generally don't ride that fast.
Mm-hmm.
But the highway leaving this place follows the mountain, and it's just a crazy windy highway right on the side of the mountain. So I got a little bit of enjoyment flying down that one. That was one of the nicest roads I've ever flown down.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. No, that looks like a pretty cool place for sure. Okay. Did we get the church in there? No, this is the last picture, folks. This was the last one you put on of your trip.
Okay, so this one was when this one's just outside of Reno, I think it was. And this was not the last day, but pretty close. This was the longest ride, just trying to get from near Reno to just about Vancouver in one day. And about 1,400 kilometers, didn't quite make it. I left.
That's a long day on that bike. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I left at 5 in the morning.
On a 300. Like,
I left at 5 in the morning there and arrived at 1 in the morning.
I'm surprised you can still walk.
I ended up, we weren't allowed to drive that long, but I did Vegas, and I almost made it to the Canadian border in one day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. I can only drive 11 hours.
Yeah, I think I went. Vegas is after. Is that before or after? I think that's after, right? I forget, but
that's the bike.
Goodbye,
300. No, she's just being a nutcase today. Yeah. She's nuts.
You just let her
She's
out,
nuts.
and then she'll chill out.
Well, she wouldn't for whatever reason, but she knows you. There, I'll get her out here and see what the hell happens. She's a psychopath.
Sorry, Carl. I totally blanked out.
No, she's been a pain in the ass all night.
Yeah.
What the hell's your problem?
Oh, pretty good.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, hi.
What? It's me.
Hey.
Just go beer on myself.
Chill.
I know, I smell like beer.
There.
Be good. Be good.
Yeah, you know Jarvis. There you go. You know Jarvis. Here, let me get her up here. I'll get her up here. Come here. Come on. Or maybe just scoot over for a sec. Violet, come here. Come here. Come on. 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 Okay, get up here. Okay, there we go. There, we did it. Right, so that was Tripping with Geoffrey. Tripping with Jeff. Tripping with Jeff. That trip was epic. I loved it.
Yeah, it was fun. The
You know, you need a YouTube channel because all of
I've
people
thought about
love
that.
abandoned shit.
Oh yeah.
I thought
like-
about that because I do a lot of pretty good hikes. But a lot
The
of
hikes too, yeah. There's lots of channels that I follow and to follow me, whatever, abandoned places,
Yeah,
hiking. Those are like, people love them.
yeah. Well, I wasn't sure it was.
And you go to some pretty remote places. So,
Yeah, I usually try to go to places that other people haven't been to. Because if everybody's been there, what's the point?
well, yeah, no doubt. But if you ever start a channel, let me know, and
Alright.
we'll give you it a push, and we'll see
Sounds
see
good.
what can happen. Not that I'm like some big fucking superstar or anything, but
Yeah, so it's either my choice was either going down here or going up north to Alaska.
oh yeah,
It's kind of 50-50 on which, but
You'd be
I
cool
figure-
going up north.
yeah, I figure I'd have to wait a few months, and
Yeah,
I
the-
didn't want to wait. So
And if-
the,
Maybe
the
that
tallest
next summer.
the tallest mountain in North America, was that Alaska?
that's Alaska. I
Yeah,
really
you were-
want to climb it.
You were telling me about
Yeah,
that one.
It's on the
Yeah.
list.
Yeah,
It's on the
Mount
list.
McKinley.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
sounds about
Mount
right.
McKinley's the biggest mountain in North America.
The
It's
tall-
in
the
Alaska,
highest or
and then
whatever?
Mount Logan's the tallest peak in Canada, and it's kind of in the same vicinity.
Oh yeah.
Yukon, and then Alaska, they're like in, what is it, Coney? Something like that?
I'm not sure.
Coney,
So Alaska's
National Park.
got us beaten.
I'm always looking for tall mountains to climb. So is
Any questions? No questions. No
no
questions.
questions.
No questions. Nobody got any questions. That's okay. Anyways, thanks, man. Thanks
Yeah, thanks
for
Dave.
coming on. Thanks for joining this goofy little show. I always have a segment. Oh, actually, hold it. We got to do a question from the clog. This is like a, yeah, so,
Did you end up by going to Jerome? You remember going through Jerome? Because it looked
I'm
a
not
lot
sure
like
where-
that Virginia
where is
City.
that?
It was like this old mining town. Looked like that Virginia City. A lot of old antique buildings.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
And it's like
No,
on
that
the
was.
side of a mountain, and there's a really twisty, crazy ass road coming out of there too.
What, I just pull one.
pull one out. If you hate it, just fold it back up and throw it back in the shoe and pull another one.
All right.
Or if it makes no sense to you or whatever.
Yeah, I get the question. Sort of, kind of, not too much. Not too much I can say about that one actually.
What do you got?
Have you ever seen something identifiable in the sky?
Unidentifiable in the sky. Have you ever seen something unidentifiable in the sky?
Yeah, well, when I was a lot younger living in England, there was a lot of random stuff at night because we just sort of, but how many of it was meteors and how much of it was something else, I have no idea.
Oh yeah. When I lived in Ainsworth, way back, and there was my wife seen it too, and a buddy of mine. We were just in the yard, and way the fuck up there, it looked like a cigarette, and it was just like, and I don't think we were high. We might have been back in those days. It might have been a joint flying through the sky, but it looked like a cigarette. It was and it just moving super slow, and it had like this weird cylindrical, just like a cigarette. It had like, and it was like it was pre, cell phones or anything, but it was weird. All of us were just like, what the hell is that?
I've
Uh,
seen 2 UFOs.
Oh, clips of the week. Hold that thought.
Oh, I almost did that once.
Ouch, yeah. How do you like that fucking thing?
That's impractically awesome.
That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild.
Oh, that's not working.
Then I got some commercials, some ads from the 60s. A couple of ads here. No, first there's the Internet Ham. Internet Ham.
It's half the price of that brand. Internet ham, what's that? It's the new way to buy ham. This is just a card. Where's the actual ham? Our ham is produced totally online, so we can pass the savings on to you. Just scratch off the panel to get your ham ID, then enter it onto our website. And your ham is emailed to you almost instantly. You'll soon grow to love the weird taste of internet ham. It's sinister.
A 2, a 3, 4, 5, a 6. 6! Surprise! It's Six Finger! It looks like a finger, but watch him flip. It's a secret weapon at your fingertip. Just point and fire. Six Finger sends an SOS missile to your friends.
Six Finger, Six Finger, Six Finger!
Fires cap-loaded bombs and they explode as a ballpoint pen and signals in code. Looks like a finger so no one can see who has Six Finger. The pressman, witch doctor, and shrinker's kit. Plastic flesh and mixing cold.
I actually want this though. This would be fun.
Just pour it into the mold, and in minutes you can add monster hair. Mix it with a coloring kit included, or make up your own decoration.
Shrink.
In 24 hours.
Shrinking heads.
Shrink down. Now, shrunken heads for all occasions. Collect them to swallow. Give them to your witch doctor friends. You can always get more with Pressman's Witch Doctor and Shrinker's Kit.
Shrunken head kit. That's friggin' awesome. I want one too. That's awesome.
That one would be fun. That one would be super fun.
You can always cook up more with Pressman's Witch Doctor
I want
and
that
Shrinker's Kit.
Okay, there we go. Pause.
You gotta find
Pause.
something that you can make and then
There we go.
shrink.
That was my clips of the week that started on me by accident. But hey,
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know where.
I don't know. It's this technology thing. I think that's it. Did I cover everything? I think so.
Yeah, they're right.
Internet ham. Yep. Ads from the '60s. That's it.
Cool.
That's
I've
it.
seen a UFO.
David Letterman style. Woo!
Me and Sabrina saw it.
Oh, I
We
was
were on
supposed to throw it at
Saltspring
the
Islands.
camera.
And it happened it was in the fall. It was around the same time period, maybe like September, October. Anyways, it was just like this white floating thing going through the sky, right? And it was pretty large, but it looked far away. And planes always usually have red blinking lights. Usually you can hear them, and usually they're moving pretty quick. This thing was moving in an irregular kind of speed. It would go slow, and then it'd speed up, and it'd go slow, and it'd speed up, and then it just went
Oh, really?
on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then it just disappeared like in the blink of an eye. And it just and it looked like it was quite far away, but it was rather large. Just moving slow, fast, and then
Huh.
and we've seen that twice, like basically the same thing.
Wow. Cool.
It was like totally unexplainable. It's like, what was that?
What was that?
I'm like, where did it go?
Where did it go?
And
Yeah.
then, like really fast, just
That thing we saw, that thing that we saw had to have been like a balloon or something. I don't know. It was weird though. Like, look at the joint.
I got to
joint
see,
flying
that
there.
was one cool thing actually I forgot to mention in Nevada there when I was going through the desert, that road where it was like hundreds of kilometers, just nothing. I got to see 2 jets fly right overhead,
Oh yeah.
like fighter jets, like literally like a couple hundred feet above the ground, just basically skimming the ground right overhead.
Oh yeah. Wow.
That was amazing.
At any point, did you get nervous about running out of fuel? I know you said you were packing extra, but those are some pretty remote places you were heading.
Not by this point. I was earlier. But then I was kind of keeping track of how big the tank was and at what point the fuel light starts flashing.
Mhm.
And once the fuel light starts flashing, I still had another like kind of 50, 60 kilometers.
That's not a lot of them. That's not a long ways. But then you still
Not
had
a
gas.
lot, but
didn't
it's
you?
enough. So
Yeah.
there's like on this trip, I did end up emptying the jerry can, and then I still got to the point where the fuel light was flashing, but just barely. So I wasn't really worried. But on that one, I did end up checking the map a lot to make sure I wasn't going the wrong direction because that would have been bad. But
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Right on, Paul. Let's see the show. Yeah, we're pretty much done here, I think. Thanks again, man. Thanks for
thank you.
coming on. Thanks for sharing your adventures with all of us.
Yeah, it was a
Looking
good trip.
forward to the ones in the future. Hey, don't go anywhere yet. Okay, now you can go. No, just kidding. Such a jerk. Look, now Bila's all happy. Jarvis is here.
mm-hmm.
No jerk. Okay, thanks, man.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And we're gonna shut this show down. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back next week with who knows? Maybe it'll be Jarvis next week.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe not.
It's hard to say.
Jarvis. See, there he is right there. See, there he is. Oh, there he is. Oh, was that him? Yeah, there he is. There's Jarvis. Where's Bila?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be on tonight's show or not. We were kind of talking a bit, and then
Yeah, you didn't give me an answer, and I can't wait till the end.
yeah, well, you should have reminded me. You should have sent me a quick message. It's just the holiday screwed me up because I got the day off. I usually work Mondays.
Oh, you got today off?
I got the
No,
day
shitty.
off, so it threw me off.
Okay, well, how about next week?
Yeah, well, I'll have to see. I'm working till 9 o'clock though.
Oh, I
next
see.
week.
Oh, are you?
So
Oh.
and then like 8:45, I was like, oh fuck, it's Monday. And I was like, was I supposed to go on Carl's show? Oh shit. Right? But I never heard from you, so I was like, well, I never heard from him, but I don't know. Maybe he's expecting me. Shit.
No,
So
I would have
just sent
bugged you.
a quick
I
text.
would have bugged.
and I
Oh, did
hung
you?
up.
Oh. No, thanks for coming up.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
It was just kind of.
That's all right. So was I, but you know,
Oh, yeah,
everything. So
Oh
there we
yeah,
go.
next time just shoot me a text or something and be like, just remind
Don't you
me.